Candy's following me in the GM. Here's the deal, guys. Always check your oil. Before a trip, probably after a trip. I was 2 quarts of oil low. Literally, I was. So I had to go back down to where I had this truck serviced and have them top it off. I was worried I was burning oil, but you know, the exhaust is dry and everything, so that's not the case. They just didn't top it off. So they topped it off now, so we're on our way. You know, the first thing that comes to mind when you're running 2 quarts of oil low for 400 miles is, did you do any engine damage? Probably not. Most assuredly not, because that oil's gonna pump oil regardless, you know. If it's got oil to pump, you'll be okay. That's my guess. Anyway, we're going to Greer Lake Campground. Greer Lake Campground. It's close enough to where we're gonna, like I said, Candy's gonna follow me up there in the 4-wheel drive short bed rusty GMC, so we could do some exploring too without packing everything up. Coffee stop. There she is. Had to get exact change for our campsite. And I got my chairs, my lounge chairs, behind the rack here. Ready?
Yeah, my suggestion is let's go around the block instead of trying to get out of traffic. Just go around.
Okay.
Past the hardware.
All right then. We are going through the small city of Cross Lake. Cross Lake, Minnesota. A very touristy town, which is also home of the Whitefish Chain of Lakes. Well, it's where the dam is for the Whitefish Chain of Lakes. And they got some pretty nice stores here, reasonable prices, nice grocery store, Ace Hardware. You got a dollar store, cool stuff. About 10 miles north of Cross Lake, Minnesota, this campground we're going to. This campground come up, the turnoff to the campground come up so fast on me, I blew right by it. Had to drive up about 3 miles, find a place to turn around, but back on the right track now. Three miles to go. Lots of flocks and flocks and flocks of geese flying everywhere. They must be migrating from Canada. See them all over the place. I blew by the second turnoff too. Had to back this beast up a quarter mile. Oh well. That's Candy up ahead in Rusty but Trusty. I'm not sure, but I think this is a state campground. Guess I'll find out. I know there's lots and lots of ATV trails here. It's one of the bigger attractions is the ATV trails. Hey, we made it. I kept blowing by the turnoffs, didn't I?
Yeah, that's funny. You were daydreaming. I'll follow you around the campsite. Once you figure out what site you want, I'll come back and pay.
Okay. Well, maybe, yeah, you might be better to drive that around and look for a flat site where we can get two vehicles. All right, I'll try it. All right.
You're better at what you want.
All right. Site number 5. Let's see how she looks. Yeah, I'd say that's pretty level. Nice and shaded. Yeah. Let's have a look at our bubbles. Close enough for amateur work. Okay, we got the jack stands down. First time we did that. Stop it from rocking back and forth. Yeah. Here's our picnic table there. Fire pit. Yeah, I chose number 5. Not only was it the first level spot I saw, but it looks like it's the biggest campsite of all. Doesn't this look like a really big campsite?
Yeah.
How do you like it not swaying in there now?
Nice.
So we could have got closer to the lake, which is just down the street here, but I didn't care because we got a chase vehicle here. There. Complete and total primitive camping. And the porta potty's right there. Not that we need it. Let's go have a look at it. It's a beautiful day. Don't even need to wear shorts today. It's between, it's just right. The weather's just right. Mid-70s, I think. Oh. Surprisingly clean. Very clean. Comes with the spider. And it doesn't smell. Awesome. We're not that far from there. There's the lake right there. That's where we are right there. It's a pretty small place. There's like no one else here except us and the campground host. One other tent camper. I think it's mostly tent camping. It's kind of nice to have the chase vehicle here because now we can go explore. You know, this lake has a dam to it, so you have to like hike to it somehow. So we have to go find the place that you drive to hike in to go check it out. So that's what we're gonna do. She's very excited, you could tell. Very excited.
To your destination from there.
It is definitely a minimally maintained road. So I'm glad we took the rusty but trusty instead of the Toyota Camry. It's the ways back in here. Ooh, and a bumpy ways. Does it tell us where to go from here?
Looks like it goes that way. That looks
That's
like
private
house.
property.
Yeah. Guess we'll see. Yeah, we can't walk along the shoreline.
Gonna have to, I think we might have reached a dead end.
Yeah.
I don't see any dam.
No.
Yeah, I guess the way to get to the dam that way has turned into private property, I think, because it's got a name on a gate and it's fenced off. So
Trespassing.
yeah,
Unless it's this way.
we're not into trespassing on private property, so. Okay, we sent the drone out, the mini drone, and this is a bust. They need to update the GPS system because it says you get to hike to the dam, but I don't see any dam. All I see is private property here, and there's no trails from the lake. But it was a nice drive. And now we know. Yeah, it was kind of nice having this chase vehicle, if that's what you want to call it. Because we went into town, we went into Cross Lake and did some shopping at the secondhand stores and did some touristy stuff after we farted around the campground here for a while, and now we're back. And so I'm gonna do a little fishing. Just drove down to the public access. There's nobody here. There's one other camper, and it's a tent camper along with the camp host. There's nobody else here, so that makes it kind of nice, I think. There's a lot of fish down right under the dock, little ones. I put a whole worm on there just cause I got lots of bait. One thing we learned on this trip, being our fourth trip, did I mention that, fourth trip? Yep. Is that it is better to have the jacks down when you're camping. Especially in the middle of the night if someone has to get up to use the restroom. There's no swaying. I mean, there's a real noticeable difference with the jacks down. So we're still enjoying our Arctic fox. Just got done with a nap. It's a cool day. How's the temperature outside?
Outside is 80, 82 in here. It feels cooler.
So it's 80 degrees outside, but it does feel a lot cooler because we got something fixed. Our fantastic vent was broken, but it really wasn't broken. It was missing the little knob right here. And it wouldn't work unless you could manually open it. And one of our neighbors and good friend came over and, you know, some trial and error, we figured it out. Unfortunately for us, Candy found that little knob laying on the floor or something, must have rattled loose or came loose, and we'd never had one before, so dude, we just plopped it back in and it works fine. So that saved us a lot of repairs. Well,
and it needed a fuse.
Yeah, it needed a fuse too, 15 amp fuse. But yeah, we were probably going to take it into an RV shop and have them look at it, and all it needed was that little handle. They had, you know, probably charged us a lot of money to say that. I don't know. Fortunately for us, we don't have to take it in. Our little Honda generator's on. It's been on all day. We're running it. I haven't run it in a very long time, many years. So we're giving it a workout today. And you know, because there's nobody else here at the campground, we might just run it all night long. You know, there's no one to disturb, and it's quiet anyway. So yeah, we'll probably do that. Maybe even turn the air conditioning on low. But it's been another very relaxing time in our Arctic Fox 990 truck camper. on board our 2005 Kodiak. And Candy's making me some tea. So, are you enjoying your time at Greer Lake Campground?
I am. Catching up on my reading.
That's good.
It is.
It is very relaxing.
Hard to do at home.
Really windy today, so I was going to do another walk around the park. It's a nice little park. There isn't very many, hardly any actually, 30 I think, 31 to be exact spaces, but it does have multiple very clean, primitive outhouses. You're not going to put a travel trailer, a very big one, in fact, have to be pretty small travel trailer to get it in here, or otherwise there's no way. The lake is pretty small. I tried little fishing down here, but the water level's just too shallow to go fishing. And there's maybe three, I think, three at the most. Quasi-level spots. Most of them are like this. They're kind of like hilly and uneven, and you'd have to work to get your rig pretty level. Now this is a pretty level spot here. It's right by the lake too. We could have taken this spot here, but we got a nice shady spot. This is a little bit in the sun here. And as far as, like I said, fishing in the lake, you'd need, I think, a kayak, canoe or something to get out there into the deeper parts, because shore fishing is, unless you're, you know, a little tyke, kind of out of the question, because it's just too shallow. You'd have to get out a ways to catch anything of any size, I think. But every campsite has a nice fire pit, a nice picnic table, and it's clean. And like I said, there's ATV trails. This, you know, if you're an avid ATVer, this is the place to come, without a doubt. This is, yeah, plenty of ATV trails. Although there isn't any out today that I can hear. Looks like they got a fish cleaning station, I just now noticing. Yeah, they do have one. So let's have a look. Oh, it's locked. I guess you could get in this way. But it's obviously out of season in August. Or no one's using it, or no one has been using it, probably. It's like a little storage shed here on the property. There's lots of downed limbs and trees and stuff around. Looks like a storm blew through here. They got it most cleaned up. Most of it cleaned up. Here's a nice level one here too. I will say it does seem kind of strange that there's like nobody here. Well, there's one tent camper. So I can just trudge through all the campsites. We're still in a no burning in Minnesota because we've been in a severe drought this whole year. Because if we weren't, there's plenty of free wood to burn. I even brought a chainsaw and a couple of axes that I'm going to leave permanently on the Kodiak so I don't ever forget them. I'll just leave them on there. Here's another outhouse. They do keep them clean. I guess it's probably not too difficult to do if there's nobody here though, right? I mean, right? It's a pretty nice little site here. Not sure what that's for. Lots of unburned split firewood laying around. Yeah, I would come back here. This would be a great place to come because, you know, the Cross Lake, the city of Cross Lake that I told you we went and visited, do a little shopping. They have a big federal campground there, and it's always filled up. And this is not too far from that, so this would be a great overflow place to come if that's full, because it's not too far from there. And this must be like a forestry road here. Here comes the ATVs, I hear them now. Yep. Yep, 31. And you collect the money and you put it right in here. Little slot in there. Yeah, I got that generator running, and I'm at the next site over here. The only other person here is the tent camper, and I can't even hear it from here. See, I don't know. We'll see. I might not even need it tonight because it's going to be in the 60s, so we'll see. It seems odd to have a extra vehicle at our campsite. So not used to having that kind of freedom. Well, we'd have freedom, just got to raise the jacks up and close the slide and we'd be on our way, but this is the life. Candy's inside cooking pork chops. Pork chops. I had to drive back up to Cross Lake to get some coffee. They got that ground coffee at the Holiday gas station. I'm addicted to it. It's like they make it in these machines. You put it in, but it grinds it grinds the coffee individually. I really like that. Plus, I picked up some screws for my screen door at Ace Hardware. And I thought I'd show you what the other campground I was talking about looks like. Or not the campground, but the dam rather. And like everywhere else, it's really down low. And this is the Whitefish chain of lakes. You know, something for free. Heavy bag. A free heavy bag. A stand. See that? Free. Wow. That's pretty tempting. I keep trying to talk myself into taking this free because it's in really good shape. It's just dusty. In fact, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it. And you know it's pricey. Yeah, I got it in there myself. Free is free. And it's out here in the middle of nowhere, so that's probably why it's still here. If this was around my neighborhood, this would have been gone 30 seconds. So I'm not gonna use it. I'm not gonna do anything with it. But I know some people that might like to have it, so I just don't want to leave it here.
Well, most people find, you know, stray animals along the road and rescue them. Apparently, we rescued a, what do you call it, a bag, a boxing bag. So, it's in good condition, appears almost new. So we're not going to keep it because we have no desire for it. But maybe, because it's out in the middle of nowhere here, we can put it on Craigslist and list it for free, and maybe somebody can get good use out of it.
It still has the tags on it. It's never been used. Look at that. It just needs cleaned up. It's been sitting out on the dirt. Probably outside. I don't know, looks good to me. This generator is amazing. This little Honda 2000, we started it up when we first got here about 10:30. I think it's around 10:30, but maybe earlier even. It's like 8 o'clock at night. It's still going. I haven't put any more gas in it. It's our evening walk. Not nearly as windy.